Cleveland Heights, Ohio. And I want to give you all a little backstory of my relationship with Mr. Donald Trump. I met Mr. Trump over 5 years ago in a personal meeting that was organized by a mutual friend. And to be honest, I went into the meeting somewhat prejudicially. I went in with an opinion of him that had been formed through media portrayals. How many of you know what I'm talking about? In that meeting, I asked Mr. Trump some very direct and pointed questions about race and race relations, and I received very direct answers from Mr. Trump that erased all of my preconceptions. He told us at that meeting that he was very concerned about the condition that our country was in and the direction that our country was proceeding in. And he asked us simply to pray for him. He said, I would that you guys pray for me, that God gives me wisdom and God leads me in the right direction in my decision-making processes. And to be honest, I went away with a very different perspective and very, very different opinion of Mr. Donald Trump. Now, some of you might be surprised at this statement that I'm about to make, but I found Mr. Trump not only to be very gracious and very hospitable, but I also found Mr. Donald Trump to be a very humble man. And he's very, very respectful of clergy. We met with Mr. Trump again this past September, a group of clergy, and we spoke to him very directly about the economy, about race relations, about schools, about jobs, about America's crumbling infrastructure. And we discussed the Middle East, we discussed ISIS, we discussed America's military, we discussed immigration, we discussed national defense very, very candidly. So then my personal objective in this rally is for you to form an opinion of Donald Trump that is not based upon what the liberal media wants to brainwash you with. This campaign is history making. Detractors try to say that Donald Trump is a divider. I beg to differ with them. Donald Trump is a unifier. I have with me today, they have traveled from Baltimore, American Sikhs for Trump, American Muslims for Trump. We have black Republicans for Trump. We have all sorts of ethnic groups for Trump. He's not a divider, he's a unifier, because no other candidate could have had this many people show up in a meeting from all different walks of life